What's up, everybody? What's up, African Superstar family? It's Gina Ifoe, the one and only African Superstar, taking a little time out to go live with you guys and catch you up on everything and also share with you a very poignant fan mail that I got in my email today. So first, before I get started, big shout outs to the customers of the AfricanSuperstar.com. Head over and get some merch. Shout outs to Mind, Body, and Soul. We both got this t-shirt. She actually rocks it in her avatar picture. So big shout outs to Mind, Body, and Soul and all the other customers of the AfricanSuperstar.com. Go over to the website, get yourself some merch to support the platform. Big shout outs to our members only who support the platform on a monthly basis and get behind the scenes footages, vlogs, that kind of thing. And last but not least, all the African Superstar music lovers. Guys, do you have your EP yet? Do you have your EP yet? That's the question. Because if you don't, you need to cop the EP. It's at bandcamp.com. Please make sure you go over and get the EP. Big shout out to the family. Guys, if you're here in the building, let me see you. Let me hear you. Sky Davis is the first one in the building. Much love to Sky Davis. Yes, guys. So I received this email, and it was really interesting. And I wanted to share it with you guys because a lot of times I think there's just so much left to be desired between continentals and the diaspora and whatnot, and just the communication barriers that we all are dealing with. Gosh, I'm trying to get into the email. What's up, family? Are you in the building? I only see one person in the chat room. Is there more? Is there more people in the chat room? What's up, guys? Hello. I know you're going to want to hear about this topic. So let's talk about the topic. What's up to the family? Who has the EP? You need to get the EP if you don't have it. Okay, let me go ahead and put the link. Put the link in there for you guys to get the EP if you don't have it. Okay. All right. So the link is there. All right, guys. So let me go ahead and get into the email. So also, you guys can feel free to reach out to me at africansuperstar@gmail.com if you have emails. Some of you guys contact me for consultations here in Ghana. Well, I'm not in Ghana right now. I'm in the UK, but some people contact me for that. I also offer mentoring. I also offer land. I have several things. You can reach out to me, africansuperstar@gmail.com. All right. So let's get into the email. It says, "Dear African Superstar, I love your platform. You give so much hope and positivity to your viewers, me being one of the thousands. Congratulations also on your recent nomination. I sent 200 votes your way and will send more. Holla." Thank you so much, because the support on the platform has been, it leaves much to be desired. So thank you so much to our valued viewer here. It says, "At times I feel so bad about my own situation, but I know you know the struggle of Europe. I'm originally from Sunyani." Shout outs to all my Ghana folk that know Sunyani. "I'm originally from Sunyani and currently living in Belgium, and I am the only one abroad in my family. All of them back home depend on me. I hate it here. I love Ghana, but was pressured by my family to travel as I'm the only and firstborn son. I feel trapped. When I talk to some of my peers, they also feel the same. I intended to come for no more than a decade, but I'm nearing 2 now. I understand the diasporians cry about racism, although I didn't care much when I lived in Ghana. I thought they were making noise. Truth is, at times it's unbearable, especially as a man. You are undermined all the time. I'm not as quiet as some other African men. I am hot-tempered and always want to beat people that disrespect me. After all, I'm generally 2 to 3 times their size. Anyway, I'm rambling and venting because I know you understand my plight. Sigh. Thanks for listening and keep the fire burning. Big shout outs to the family. I will read the email again in a few minutes for those of you that have just joined. What's up, family? Tonight I'm going to talk about this topic, which came from an email from one of our family members who's going to remain anonymous. Yes. And basically he confessed that when he lived in Ghana, he had heard some of the cries of the diaspora about racism and about the way that we are treated out there in the West. And he thought it was overblown. He thought that it was, blown out of proportion. He didn't think that it was as serious as it is. And once he got there, he began to understand what we experience. And I think many diasporians have been through this phenomenon where, you live on the continent, you're traveling to Africa, you're trying to tell your peers there because they're often very curious and they're often very inquisitive about why you would choose to be in Africa. Why are you traveling to Africa? Why are you living there? Why are you have strong feelings against the West? And a lot of us will tell, a lot of us will say, well, this is why. And, proceed to maybe give information, share articles, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, it doesn't register to the Continentals. It's like they just whisk it off. They just blow it off and it's not anything serious. And so this man confesses that, yeah, I heard some people tell me about what life was like in the West, but I didn't think it was that serious. And I've seen that attitude. A lot of people have seen that attitude from many African migrants, as in, well, the racism is bad, but there's a lot of opportunity. You can go to school here, you can get a decent day-to-day job. And, they just kind of minimize it. So let me go ahead and recap the email again. What's up, family? Shout outs to Ubiquitous Blacks, Kara May. I see you there. What's up, family? If you're in the room and want to be greeted, leave me something in the chat. It's the one and only. Yeah, you guys, I'm on tour in London. So y'all should be happy that I'm making time for you because I'm busy. I really am a bit busy trying to get prepared for my album release party. It's next week. So it's July 8th for those of you, my UK viewers, my Londoners. It's time to turn up and turn out. Also, cop the EP. There's no reason that you would call yourself an African superstar music lover and you'll be like, oh, Gina, the music is lit. The videos is lit. And you don't have it. I mean, come on. Come on, guys. Come on. Make sure you go and cop the EP. You can't get all the tracks on the streaming sites. You can only get the 2 singles. You can only get Beach Chill and STAR, the title track. There's 6 other hot songs that you're missing. So you need to go cop this link. Go get this link. You can actually get the whole discography if you want. Ghana's Good For Me, Liar 2022. I mean, all the tracks, all the hits. Do the necessary, okay? Do the necessary. Big shout out to the family. What's up, Dove Fly? Please make sure you like the stream. Okay, I'm going to recap the email one more time, okay? So this, as you guys could see the title, it says, I didn't mind racism so much when I was in Ghana. I thought the diaspora was making noise. So the email says, Dear African Superstar, I love your platform. You give so much hope and positivity to your viewers, me being one of the thousands. Congratulations also on your recent nomination. I sent 200 votes your way and will send more. You guys should be like this guy. Hello. Send your votes in. We're still nominated for our award in South Africa. Although we're in the league currently, the votes are open till July 15th. So I just got to put that plug in. So please make sure you guys are sending your votes. I will go ahead and post the weekly update tomorrow, as I've been doing every Friday. You guys need to, participate. And also, some of you have already sent support to the GoFundMe. The rest of you need to go send some support to the GoFundMe. Yeah. We have over 5,000 people on this platform and hundreds and thousands that regularly watch me. Do something, guys. Cop the EP, send some votes, send some support on the GoFundMe, Super Chats, PayPal, come on. Anyway, back to this. Congratulations also on your recent nomination. I sent 200 votes your way and will send more. At times, I feel so bad about my own situation, but I know you know the struggle of Europe. I'm originally from Sunyani and currently living in Belgium, and I am the only one abroad in my family. All of them back home depend on me. I hate it here. I loved Ghana when I was there, but was pressured by my family to travel as I am the only and firstborn son. Big shout outs to the African superstar family. I feel trapped. When I talk to some of my peers, they also feel the same. I intended to come for no more than a decade, but I'm nearing 2 now. I understand the diasporans' cries about racism, although I didn't care much when I lived in Ghana. I thought they were just making noise. Truth is, at times it's unbearable, especially as a man. You are undermined all the time. I'm not as quiet as some other African men. I am hot-tempered and always want to beat people that disrespect me. See, that's me. I be wanting to slap people too. That's why I can't live in the West, because it's bad. Excuse me. He says, I'm hot-tempered and always want to beat people that disrespect me. After all, I'm generally 2 to 3 times their size. Anyway, I'm rambling and venting because I know you understand my plight. Sigh. Thanks for listening and keep the fire burning. Big shout outs to our brother in Belgium. Yes. So I wanted to share that with you guys because I realized that there is a disconnect, between the diaspora and continentals. There's a huge disconnect. There's a different perspective altogether, and I've heard this severally from many continentals that go to the West. It's like, I couldn't really conceive what you guys are saying or what people were telling. People were telling me, oh, it's hard out there. Oh, the lifestyle. Oh, it's lonely. But the actual understanding it, being able to relate to it it's just not there. And I don't know how we can break down that barrier. I believe it needs to go beyond conversation. I believe that it needs to be plugged into media. It needs to be plugged into school, perhaps videos of instances and things like that to make it more realistic to people on the continent. Because I'm serious, they really just don't get it. They see things completely different. And this brother is, he's admitting, he heard stories. He, didn't take them serious, disregarded them, all of that. And he found out, the hard way. And he said he feels trapped. He's got his family, depending on him. And if I could just offer a little bit of advice to this brother, what I would probably do if I was in his case. I know that, there's a lot of expectations on him from his family. And that's what keeps him anchored in the West. And what I would encourage him is to create some type of industry back home. If you're able to generate the income or the support for your family back home, then, you don't necessarily need to be in the West. You're in the West because you're trying to generate money, upkeep, and, whatever for your family back home. You may want to start working on your long-term plan, your retirement plan, whatever back home now, so that you can get that set up. Because, hey, you set up a business, you go back home and you're there to facilitate it. If you want to, you can incorporate some of these family members into your business, your cousins, your brothers, or, well, you don't have brothers, but these extended family members of yours, and make a family business out of it. And then you can be earning income back home, because Africa's the future, guys. I realize a lot of us are roped in here in the West. A lot of us are caught up. But the truth is, unless you figure out how to wiggle up out of that, then you're going to be caught up. There's never going to be a day when they decide to loosen up on the handcuffs. There's never going to be a day. That day is today. That day is the day that you say. That's the day that you are like, no, this can't happen. And you have to be creative and you have to be innovative, because just being honest, the system that we're in is meant to enslave us. Okay, the system that we're in is meant to enslave the vast majority of the population because that allows the rich and the elite to enjoy their sustained position in life. You see, they don't need the vast amount of, society to rise and, to decide that they no longer want to enrich them. They depend on us being in the position that we are in. You see, so that means when you decide, I don't want this slavery life, you're going to have to be very creative. You're going to have to be bold. You're going to have to be dramatic. And for those of you guys that are in the West, listen, I know there's a lot of fear involved with some of you guys because you're just like, oh, what if this? What if that? What if I fail? Newsflash. You are a citizen of these foreign nations, which means you have access to these foreign nations. Hello. Can you guys take a page out of my book? Hello? Page out of the African Superstars book. Okay? I have access to the US. I have access to the UK. Okay? But I live in Ghana. And when the time comes for me to dip in and out, come through, that's what I do. But I spend the majority of my time in Ghana. You see, some of you have this fear of getting out on a limb. I just want to give you a news flash. Okay, you already have access to the West. You're a citizen or you're a permanent resident or you have done your papers. Now, for some of you guys that are living that life, you're riding dirty, you don't have papers, you don't have your stuff worked out. I mean, obviously, yeah, then you can't go in and out of the countries, But for the rest of us that have our things organized, you can. And so you don't need to have that, fear of leaving the West and going out on a bridge. If you go out on the bridge and it doesn't work out, okay, as long as you are still living, you can regroup and bounce back or whatever. Or what I personally suggest is until you are ready to fully be in a situation, like if migration is something you're considering or the business in Africa, whatever, I would recommend extended stays. That's what I would tell you. I frequented Ghana for years until I actually moved. But that's why I was able to have the longevity that I do have, is because I was familiar, I was prepared, I knew what I was kind of getting into. And even when I had some setbacks, I quickly, re-up because I had counted up the cost. For some of you guys that are just being rash, I mean, it's not going to work out. It can. There's always a probability that it can. But what you want to do is set yourself up to win. Okay, you want to position yourself as well as you can. So I would say for some of you guys, especially those of you that are nervous, do an extended stay. Okay, come stay, the country of your interest, stay 3 months, stay 6 weeks, visit a couple times before you make the dramatic move. And then you might say, man, I don't know if I want to be here. I don't really like this country. I'm not with this culture. I'm not with this food. I'm not with the climate. You never know. I love Ghana. Ghana's my favorite place. I've traveled to 5 other nations on the continent so far. I can't imagine living in the other places that I visited. So I can't imagine I just pack my bags and I say, oh, I'm moving to Egypt. That's a place that I don't think would be, I'm not into Islam. I'm not into the Arab world. The food was kind of different, very, I mean, the language barrier, just so many things that it's not suitable for me. Now it's working out for like Matrell on a mission. Matrell on a mission's out there in Egypt and she loves it. I have some other friends that frequent Egypt. They love it. Cool. I got people in East Africa. Nairobi is lit. But I personally, my vibe is West Africa. My vibe is Ghana. So I give all these things as an example of that, do your due diligence. You know, do your due diligence. And as for this disconnect between the diaspora and the continent, we diasporians need to find an effective way beyond conversations in our Bolt and Uber and, Facebook Messenger. We need to find a a more viable way to communicate this information, because I think plugging it into the schools would be killer. You know what I mean? Showing them police brutality, showing them things from the civil rights, how people were treated, showing them little Ruby, I think that's her name, when she was going into the schools and, being people throwing things at her and being racist at, a 6-year-old little girl. These are things that people in the continent never see and don't know and are not educated about. So when they hear us saying whatever they hear us saying, it's it's light work today. We need to figure out. See, like they mad. They already try to be messing up my live stream. We need to find a vehicle, to communicate these things, because I'm pretty sure that other races have figured out how to do it. The Indians have figured out how to do it. The Chinese have figured out how to do it. Why can't we figure out how to communicate with our counterparts around the world that their opinion and their vision of the West is not accurate, and it's not applicable for us. We're going to be at the bottom of the totem pole, and it's strategic for us to be there and remain there, which is why they don't address our grievances. Because for them to sit high and look low, there got to be something down there low to look at. Big shout out to Ubiquitous Blacks. He says, I have a friend stuck in Dubai with no end in sight because he's been sending support for over 10 years. And he also says, you are right. I long-term stayed in Ghana and came to the conclusion that I could stay there, but not permanently. And that's it. And because a lot of people are not doing their homework, it's a waste of resources, guys. I know some of you guys live in a fairy tale world and you just want to get up with the wind, and, Hollywood got your hype, happy endings and, all this kind of stuff. But honestly, guys, it's really a waste of resources if you're going to be doing something as extensive as moving to a new country and stuff like that. You want to give yourself the best possible possibility of success. And that requires you being strategic, in as much the continent is our indigenous homeland. We are disconnected, we are ignorant, we don't know so many things when we come there, and the culture shock can be massive, so you want to prepare yourself and decide. And every African nation is not the same. It's not just like a one size fits all. Okay, well, I'm gonna go to Tanzania, and then I'm gonna go to Ghana, and then I'm gonna stay in Namibia for the summer, and then I'm gonna go to Angola. It's not like that. Different languages, different culture, different food, different tribes. You know what I mean? Different. And so these are my words of wisdom today. Again, motivated by the email. If you've just gotten in the room, I see we have 13 of you guys. I hope you guys have the likes up. Also, hello. What have you done for me lately? Ooh, yeah. Have you got the EP? Hello. Get the EP, guys. Get the EP. Send some votes. Hit up the GoFundMe. Your support is very needed. We have so many of you on this platform. And I don't want to think that my platform is all spectators. I want to think that you guys are more like me, and you guys are, movers and shakers, and you put your money where your mouth is. If that's the case, you guys see a lot of problems and have a lot of suggestions, you got somebody out there that's pursuing these things, I need your support. Okay? All right. So also feel free to send your fan mail to me. If there's something that you want to share in the email, you can send it to africansuperstar@gmail.com. It's scrolling across the bottom of your screen. You can feel free to reach out to me. And, you know, if it's a decent email, then I might read it and share it with the family for context. Okay? All right, family. I hope you guys are having a lovely day so far. I'm doing okay. It's quite interesting. I haven't been to England since last autumn, and currently the sun, it's 10 o'clock here and it's not even dark yet. Daylight savings. We don't have that in Ghana. It gets dark at 6 o'clock, so it's like, wow. I'm going to share a little bit of Beach Chill with you guys. Beach Chill, the first single of my brand new EP, Star. You can stream Beach Chill on all the streaming sites. Please make sure that you watch the music video, cop the EP. The EP is fire. It's dope. I want, you know, the music lovers to have in your collection because I've been listening nonstop. I listen to it nonstop. I'll be rocking to that Star. That's banging. Probably my most favorite track so far off of the EP is Groove. So I love Groove. It's a beat track, and I'm going to be performing 5 of the tracks from my new EP at my album release party. So those of you guys that are in London and you know you want to see me live, you'll get to see the very first. It's very historic. My very first international show. My very first album release party. It's you know, my very first show in London. You know what I mean? So many firsts. And I will be performing Beach Chill. One and only. I'm back again. African Superstar on the track. It's the weekend. And ain't no place I'd rather be than here with you. And you here with me. Yeah. Got the sauce, boy. It's a beach chill. You ain't gotta lie, come close and keep it real. Swear to God, already know how you feel. It's a beach chill. It's a beach chill. You ain't gotta lie, come close and keep it real. Swear to God, already know how you feel. It's a beach chill. Yes. Beach Chill, first single off of the brand new EP. So I will be performing Beach Chill live the 8th of July. That's next Saturday. Yes, it will be at the venue. It's called Connie's. It's at 8587 Woodgrange Road, London, E70EP. So yes, that is where I will be live. Going to be totally lit. I've been practicing my set this week, and all next week I'll be practicing my set. So I will give you guys a wonderful show if you're here in London. I have some other dates as well. I'll be touring the entire month of July, and then we will be off to South Africa. So you guys want to see me moving around this, you know, this international community, show your love and support. What's up, ATM Tim? Big shout outs to the family. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. All right, well, that concludes this live stream. If you're just getting in, you'll have to go see the playback and you can hear the fan mail and what this topic of this video is all about. Okay? Much love to the African Superstar family. Until we meet again, stay black and true. If you ain't black, just stay true.